Alright, starting out in Uwharrie, what is intended to be a 42 mile through hike and back. This is it, never been here before. See some of the hills in the distance. Most of this part of North Carolina is very, very flat, but these old remnants are hanging on. Some old rock right there. So far it's been a pretty steady climb. Beautiful temperatures, beautiful sunshine. Very nice.
Uwharrie is a very pleasant surprise so far. The terrain is cool. It's there's a lot more up and down than I thought there would be. It's almost exclusively hardwoods. There's barely any rhododendron or anything at all. I did see some mountain laurel, but not much. The temperature is absolutely beautiful. It's been super cold here in North Carolina recently, and it finally broke, and I've got just beautiful high pressure. You know, it's in the mid 50s. Right now the stars are out, there's not a cloud in the sky. I got camp set on top of a nice little hilltop, so I'll get morning sun. I got to watch the sunset and making some dinner. Nice little fire, keep me company. Uwharrie. And dinner is ready. Yeah, stroganoff.
Alright, so it's now the second morning in Uwharrie. Last night was interesting. I pitched camp on a sweet little knoll. Awesome views of sunset. This morning, awesome views of sunrise. Trucked my water up there, so it was a spot where doesn't look like many people camp. But as dark fell, built a little tiny L&T fire and cooked up some noodles. And the breeze was blowing, in from the southeast, southeast, and this started hearing real loud crunch. As you can see, there's a pretty solid layer of dead leaves on everything, and heard this crunch. Could tell it was a pretty big thing. I figured it was either somebody really sketchy hiking in the middle of the night with no headlamp, or some sort of megafauna. I'm thinking it turned out to be the latter. It got pretty darn close, uncomfortably close, and I turned on my headlamp. It was a big black bear, and at the time that I turned on my headlamp, he was standing on his hind legs, kind of sniffing the air. So I shot him right in the eyes with my headlamp, and he dropped down on all fours and bounced off a little bit and stopped and looked at me. But I guess since the wind was coming in a direction that sort of masked me from him, he probably didn't smell me and just had a faint mixture, an intriguing mixture of stroganoff and campfire. So came to check it out. I said 2 words to him, turned on my headlamp, and he was out, thankfully, because it was a big bear. And I actually hadn't planned on hanging my food. So I'm glad that happened while I was still awake, because I took precautions. But so far this morning, I've crossed over Highway 109, which is the halfway point in one direction, which makes it my quarter point, just a little under quarter. And I did eventually find a group of campers. And then this morning, just a minute ago, I was passed by 3 guys trail running the 20-mile section. So everything's going well. I'm on pace, and barring some sort of injury, should be good for the full yo-yo through hike, 42 miles. Over and out. Okay. It's 5:15 on Saturday, day 2, and this will conclude my first 20-plus mile day since the Appalachian Trail 6 years ago. Actually, it wasn't that bad, and I found an old campsite here on top of this hill. You can see I got pretty much everything around is below where I am. So I got the high ground in case some bears come back today, but we have a little fire in there. Maybe pop the tent over there. And more later. It's Sunday morning. Day 3, start of the second full day. And I'm headed back north to the northern terminus. Should be about, I don't know, 18 miles or so. It rained pretty much from the time I got my camp set up until the time I woke up. Stopped right at dawn, which was convenient. And while my tent is wet, nothing else is, and I don't need my tent tonight because I'm going home. But yeah, that's about it, I guess. It's very warm and pleasant. I'm hiking in, got my hat for drips, and then got my shorts on, so should be a pretty sweet day. Cranking out some miles. More later. Well, the rain last night did more than just dampen things. It made these little creeks pretty darn swollen. Now this is my way across, and I'm not real excited about it, especially now that I feel how rotten that is. I'll check in real quick. It's Sunday just afternoon. There's the lay of the land, and everything's going well. I got about 6.5 miles left or so, and everything's fine except for those. My feet are a bloody mess. It's raining again. At least it's warm and pretty. The sun is out, and it's pretty. My feet are completely shredded. But I think I have about 3 miles left, and then I'll be able to sit in my car. And all right, check in later. And it's raining again. I'm up on this ridge coming up the backside of Dark Mountain, about a mile now, and good views of some of the ridges off to the west and to the south. And now it's raining hard, but that's all right because I almost at the car. Awesome trip. Did left at 3:45 on Friday, so 42 miles in under 48 hours.